If this video reaches 1,000 likes, we'll be giving away 2 FR t-shirts from the Moliminous store, including the rare Rarity and Daring Do variants.
The females. Can't live with them. And you certainly can't play video games without them bugging about, why aren't you paying attention to me? We never talk anymore. We should go visit my parents. And if you're actually thinking that, that's exactly why you're single. But cartoons have had a myriad of amazing female characters, whether it be because they have to force diversity, or because the script actually just happened to have an amazing kick-ass female at the helm. Those are my favorite ones. Let's go ahead and embrace and enjoy the fair sex as we count down the top 10 females in cartoons. As usual, this is my list and by no means an exhaustive list. I'm actually planning an anime one. I know, double the cringe. You don't have to like my list, but I don't have to like the same females as you. Hey, we all have preferences. And no, this isn't actually a sexual based list. Number 10, XJ9. So what's 2 things teenage boys love? Well, robots and kawaii desu girls. XJ9 is a robot with the personality of a teenager. She's equipped with all kinds of weapons to take out any enemy. Despite that, she's still filled with all kinds of insecurities. Probably brought on by the crippling anxiety of trying to figure out whether her thoughts are hers or just the results of her programming, or maybe just when she'll be in the next Zontan Flash. She's a strong female character, both literally and in the fact that in a world where women are told that they can do anything except if it's something traditionally feminine because that's sexist, she says, screw you, establishment, I am XJ9, and I like to kick butt, but I also like being pretty while doing so. Number 9, Kiera from Megas XLR. Boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider. Girls go to Venus to get more... never mind. The point is, boys are dumb. At least, that's the TV trope that often gets played up. However, in this world, it is 100% true, at least regarding Kiera's 2 partners. Kiera is a trained soldier who has the unfortunate luck of being stuck with 2 idiots, due to one of them holding the keys to an extremely powerful mech. She routinely saves the day while looking amazing and is part of Team Redhead of Cartoon Network. Not sure if you guys realize this, but Cartoon Network for some reason has an affinity for redheads. Not sure what that's about, but it just seems to happen. Number 8, Juniper Lee. I don't know how many of you remember this show, but while it was running, I quite enjoyed it. It was another teenager who inherits their parents' power, all Jake Long style. She sports an amazing little pink highlight in her hair that represents that she is someone special. Either that or she's just edgy and rebelling against her parents. And she loves her some karate and battles all kinds of mythical creatures. She's not exactly a tomboy, but nor is she actually feminine. She's her. She's Juniper Lee. And really, what more can you ask of a person other than to be themselves? This is certainly one of the shows that, if the top 10 cancelled cartoons list was longer, would have been on it. Number 7, Lapis. Most of you know her by now. She's one of the newest Crystal Gem members. Previously trapped in a mirror for years, being forced to help those who imprisoned her. Then after finding a friend, having to leave him to sacrifice herself to be trapped in a battle with another gem keeping them at the bottom of the ocean. Lapis has been through a lot, and it certainly shows in her personality. She's not broken, far from it really, but she is cynical of most things. It took her a while to warm up, but eventually she began to open up more. And within this opening up, a new ship was born with Peridot. She has the amazing mastery of all things water and certainly is able to do some real damage. This battle-hardened female has definitely earned her spot on this top 10 list. Number 6. What warrior can fight without seeing and is able to use their mastery of martial arts to beat opponents almost twice their size? Certainly not someone with some weird red latex fetish. Only Tough has the ability to take out the best of the best while blind and only being a child. She's tough, She's rough, and she's definitely a tomboy who doesn't care about her looks, but also doesn't mind being dolled up from time to time. Top has done a lot. She was even one of the first people to bend metal. Metal, think about that. In a world where swords are still a weapon of choice, she could literally bend the blade so that it couldn't even stab her. She doesn't even have to earthbend anymore. And what does she do with this knowledge? Keep it all to herself so she can be the ultimate bender? Of course not. Toph shares this secret with the world and teaches others how to metal bend. And with this knowledge, she forms the first organized police force for that land. People talk about stopping the smell of the roses. How about stopping to feel the dirt between your feet? Number 5. Raven. You think you have daddy issues? Raven's dad is the literal embodiment of Satan. Her own dad tried to use her as a vessel to come forth to the human world to bring upon its destruction. And on her birthday, no less. That's a great present, Dad. Raven is the gothic, stoic type of the Teen Titans. And I'm sure most of you guys remember her. At least from the good Teen Titans and not Go. Which isn't bad, but it certainly isn't the same. Raven has the power of telekinesis. That's pretty much the easiest way to say it. By chanting a few words, or in some cases even just thinking it, she's able to levitate objects that are tons with ease. Number 4. Buttercup. From Powerpuff Girls Zeto, that is. Now, some of you, or really most of you, probably don't realize this, but the Powerpuff Girls eventually got an anime spin-off. There has been plenty of iterations of the Powerpuff Girls and stylistic changes leading up to this current form. Some of you like it, a lot of you hate it. The Powerpuff Girls Zeto is probably my favorite, not only because it made me feel special to know about this kind of secretive show of the Powerpuff Girls, but the art style was also amazing. And the story that was told was interesting. I also really enjoyed the magical girl transformation sequences and their outfits. But besides that, Buttercup is another typical tomboy type, even in this anime version. She's certainly tough and rough, and she's not afraid to protect her friends and family. She also selflessly puts herself in harm's way, which is the reason why she first gets her powers. She's no stranger to risking it all for those who can't save themselves. Number 3. Rare. So, yes, I may be putting my own little bias here. Hey, just be glad I didn't choose Trixie or Sunset or Adagio, okay? Rarity is literally the embodiment of generosity. She will sacrifice so much in order to make sure that others are able to go with something. But she doesn't exactly follow the motto of living simply so others can simply live. She's a very flamboyant person. She enjoys being the center of attention and making a scene. She's not afraid to say that she wants Prince Charming, but she doesn't actually need him. She'll indulge in all kinds of things that she deems ladylike, but in that, she's also able to take care of herself. She's an entrepreneur, owning her own stores in multiple different locations. She lives off of her own creative design. She may like to be a traditional lady, but she certainly is no pushover. Number 2. Korra. Korra is the latest avatar, and apparently, spoiler alert here, one of the few canon gay characters, or at least they give us enough to go off of to say that yes, she is a lesbian. She's ready for any challenge, and any obstacle that takes her down only makes her stronger. She's tenacious and hard-headed. Stubborn, really, but those personalities are why we love her. She doesn't give up. And that's kind of something you want in a person who's supposed to be saving the day routinely. She has mastery of all elements, but her main one is water, kind of like Lapis. She has a tendency not to ask for help and trying to solve things on her own. She doesn't want to burden others with her problems. I'm sure all of you out there know at least someone like that in your life. Most of you are probably close to them. Korra has saved the day numerous times, and most of the times it wasn't easy. She's balancing trying to be a normal person with being probably the most respected figure in all of the world. And number 1, Marceline the Vampire Queen. Besides having an awesome name that rhymes, Marceline is a very badass character, filled with a bunch of emotionally complex backstory. I won't spoil too much, but let's just say she didn't always be a vampire queen. And and that's a title that can only be won through blood. She's forged a connection with Princess Bubblegum, kind of love-hate connection. It eventually grows into a very, very deep one, and it shows in later episodes. There's a reason why these two are shipped so heavily. It's because these two can't seem to be in the same room without blushing. But that's her feminine side. Her side that's rarely shown. She's got a tough exterior, but she's really just a squishy little girl inside. She has all the powers you would expect a vampire to have, and a little bit more, being part demon. She's lived for quite a long time and is probably Princess Bubblegum's oldest friend. Marceline is definitely worthy of the title Queen. She's proven it in combat, and proven it by her ability to care for others, despite her attitude of acting like she doesn't. Well, that's gonna do it for me, guys. That is my top 10 list. Let me know if you guys would have put someone else on this list, or if you disagree with the ordering. I'd love to hear your opinions, and if you have an idea for another top 10 or top 5, be sure to leave it down in the description. I've been Faith Moliminous. I've hoped you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.